Testing 1 2 3. Okay, yeah, it could hear me now. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so we're just gonna get some. So this will be built on Python. I guess we will be gathering data on LinkedIn, and I guess yeah, we will be pulling data from LinkedIn, and I guess we will send it to Discord. Send the data to Discord, and Discord will post the data. Now this is very high level, so it is very high level and it's more simpler than it is, but I think this is a good start. So we will be using the Python. I think we're gonna have to use Beautiful Soup for this, so we're gonna have to use a Beautiful Soup. The library, it's a Python library that's gonna help us parse or web scrape on LinkedIn. So we're gonna be using the web scraping. We're gonna be web scraping off of LinkedIn. And we will post the data on Discord. We're not gonna store the data because I don't think that's necessary. But yeah, I don't think storing the data would be necessary. We're only posting it to the Discord, and honestly, like if we're really storing it, we're really storing it onto Discord. But what else can we do? So I'm just thinking right now. I think for now we can start with this. So how will we gather the data? So I guess let's look at LinkedIn. So let's say if I wanted to find a job, like let's say if we wanted to find a job, and let's just close this. Let's say if I wanted to find a job or a software engineering job, because that's the most popular one. And we go into jobs. So you can see here so we're gonna look at this URL right here. So job search, current job ID. So we have this, and let's put that in the Google Doc. So you see this link. There is a jobs, there is a search, and there's the current job ID. I guess that's the ID for that job. What? I wonder if we remove this. What's gonna happen if we remove this? And let's see. Or no. That and it's kind of confusing as well. So let's see what happens when we do this. I wonder what do we get. Okay, so we do get. Okay, that's perfect. So we do get what we want. We could just use this link. So we could just do something like you could use a request library. So first, I've already done this code, but let's do it again because the code I did originally was very inefficient. It was able to get it done, but so we'll say cd make directory job redux or job finder stream. Cd job finder stream. Let's clear and then code dot. So let's make a main.py for this one. And then we'll do a what we could do is import request, and then we're gonna do request or like linked in data equals requests dot get. So we're gonna get that data, and we're just gonna paste this, and let's see what happens when we do that. So we're gonna print LinkedIn data dot text, and let's see what it returns when we do that. Python 3 main.py, or you could do this. We could just run it. No module name request. So pip3 install requests. So import request 3 main.py, and we get, I think we get the whole thing. Yeah, we do get the whole thing. Let's make another HTML file just so we can see everything. So index.html, and then let's make sure this is more visible. Yeah, we're gonna do an index.html. Copy this HTML. We're gonna copy all of this, or we could write it. I wonder if we could write it. So this is where I'm gonna like GitHub Copilot. Write text data onto HTML. So, okay, so we could call it that, and then we put f dot write, and let's see what happens when we do that. So we wrote the data. That's perfect. So it's right here. It's been written. So we got, all right. Oh, okay. So we got a big HTML file. This isn't a small one. So we could let's open this. Like let's open this file. I think I have live preview. Let's check. HTML live preview. Yeah, I want to see um what's going on. So I want to see what happens when we run this. So load time improved. I'm not worried about that right now. But go live, yeah. So we're gonna press this go live, and let's see what happens. Oh, because we have to call it index.html. So we have to actually paste this into an index.html, not a LinkedIn data.html. So I think there you could, but for now let's put that in our index.html because I think it only reads the index.html. Okay, good. Now it shows us the data. So this is our live server, which is good, and it shows us all the jobs right here. And this is like implying that there's no, it's not signed into anything, showing us all the jobs, which is good. Um, okay, I think this is good. So using that HTML file, it has helped us like find out like if we found a job, and right here it's really helpful seeing this. Okay, good. It probably did the search for us, but I think this is where Beautiful Soup will have to kick in because Beautiful Soup will parse the data for us, so or clean the data up for us. So we could do that by hand, but I'm not doing that. I'm trying to make this a quick stream as well, so I don't want to do that by hand. So what we would have to do is do a pip3 install. So we're gonna have to install so clear, and then we're gonna do a pip3 install. Let me turn on Keycaster. Keycaster. Oh yeah, it's right here. I see it. All right, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me turn this off, and then pip3 install. So we're gonna all right. So pip3 install. I think it's BS4. Yeah, it is BS4. So pip3 install BS4. Wait one moment. Let me just see like oh yep, I can move it here, and then this would have to be a little bigger. So we could do okay, good. So all we have to do is just pip3 install, and then we'll put BS4. BS4. And then we have everything. So clear. And then we're gonna so what we're gonna have to do is clean up the data. So I just want to know how to do this because I haven't used Beautiful Soup in a while. So Beautiful Soup documentation. We got this. So we got the whole. Oh yeah. So first we want to do is from BS4 import Beautiful Soup, and then what we could do is so I guess what we would have to do is print link.get. So we're gonna have to. So I guess we're gonna have to give it a link. So for a link, or I guess for a link. So okay, I see what it's trying to do. All right. And let's see what I did in my old code. So cd dot dot ls. So what I did was Get jobs. So this is where I put beautiful soup inside. I guess the keywords right here would be, yeah. And then what else? So we would, okay, so we would put the keywords. But we already have this. We would just have to put this in LXML. I think you have to install a library, so install. Okay, so yeah, we would have to do a pip3 install LXML. But we would have to do that in the project file. So let's see where it is. Right here. So we'll just install it into our project file, pip3 install LXML. And we already have the LXML library. I'm gonna put that in, like, when I make the video off of it. It's definitely gonna look a little better than this. So now we have the link. So we're looking for software engineering jobs, and we have the data. We're just looking at the soup file. So we're not using HTML parser, so I don't know why it's giving us that. That's why I'm like looking at my old code rather than looking at that, because it's kind of confusing. So I guess we're gonna ignore this. There's a reason why we're gonna have to ignore this, because this is like for dynamic, and we're not doing dynamic yet. We're just doing just one software engineering role. So all we have to do is put our text and then save it as a LXML. So we could do f.write link.text, but we're not doing that anymore because that was just for testing purposes. And we don't need to print this anymore, but we could do like soup equals, and then it says it right there. So beautiful soup. We're not using HTML parser. We're really using LXML. Let me put this below because that would be distracting. So we would put something like LXML. Now what we could do is let's see what happens. So just want to see soup.prettify. And let's see what happens. Okay, so now it shows us all the HTML, but in a more pretty format. Okay, I think I know what to do. All right, good. So we're just gonna prettify it, and now what we're gonna do is, let's see if we can store this in a variable. So we're gonna say soupy soup or something, or job soup. It's really supposed to be named that, in my opinion. So LinkedIn data, rather than clear. Okay, so print job soup. I don't think I'm gonna get rate limited for this, so which is good. Okay, so we got the job soup. So let me see what we could have, like job soup dot. Okay, so we got like typical commands for this. Let me see if anyone messaged on YouTube. Because I don't know if I was leaving them hanging. Because I don't want to leave them hanging. So it's right here. Let's just check YouTube. Let me see if I. Okay, no, we're good. I'm surprised that is All right, perfect. And then, all right. So what happens is that what's going on is that it's sending us let me just get the other one and put it right in the front. What's going on is that it's sending us the data, um, but it's in HTML. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to clean it up. So let's go to that LinkedIn job posting. So with the HTML, I think we could find a certain tag, and then we can play with it. So yeah, so it'll say like find all div. Okay, so we could do that. Yeah. All right. So we want to find all certain divs. So let's look at LinkedIn, the website. I want to see what's going on. Like how would we get a search? So we want to see how it's structured. So we could do an inspect element right here. I forgot the thing. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was about to freak out. Um, so when we click on one of these boxes, I guess, so it's these boxes that I'm worried about. I'm not worried about too much of, I'm trying to get the link for this. So when we get each box, I guess it's like, if we look at this, if we look down here, let me just make sure I'm on my, so if we look down in the, okay, so I want to make sure that pops out. So let's look at this. It's basically the HTML, and it's basically connected to this. So we want to access this. So we're gonna have to find job ID. So we're gonna have to find job ID. And let's see what else can we get from job ID. So like how do we get this to like the job, and then the software engineering role and the job. So it's these things called Ember. I don't know why they call it. I think it's from Ember.js. And oh, okay. So the company name right here. I don't like this view for some weird reason. Yeah, that's better. Basically in our HTML, we're basically trying to connect these. We're trying to get this data. This data is very important. So it's really this data right here. So if we want to put this to the side, I want the page, but if it's really this, we want this little container right here. So we want this, and we want to parse it. Do we need the image? I don't think we need the image, but we just need like the role name, the company, the location, and is that important? I mean, it might be, but let's check. So what we could do is we're gonna collect that block of data. So I wonder what happens if we put job soup.find all, and I don't want to use GitHub Copilot for this because and for this case GitHub Copilot can be wrong, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather like see what we're dealing with rather than using GitHub Copilot for that. So for this case, these are one of the rare situations GitHub Copilot will be wrong. So I guess we're gonna have to look for this like data job ID, like div. So we'll do find a div, and then class equals, it will be We're gonna have to look for this, like data job. Oh, why are you? Oh, the dude is listening to my stream. Oh God, I heard my voice. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm basically finding out like where am I gonna get the job. So I'm gathering data from the LinkedIn, and I'm seeing this card right here, and I'm trying to access this card using Beautiful Soup.
Damn, I missed the start of it. How far into it are you
We're
already?
just still beginning. I mean, I'll make a video of this too. I'm gonna make a shorter version of it. Um, well, which is just the cut of the live stream. But we're just starting. If you want to review, because a lot of this is gonna be cut. All we did was import the request library. So if we're looking for requests, we're putting it into Python. Um, no, we're getting requests. So if we're saying like, oh, LinkedIn data request.get this URL, we're gonna get the data from, or we're gonna get the HTML from that URL. Does that make sense?
Um, as a new person to coding, it's kind of going a little bit over my head, but I
Okay.
can like, you
So
know,
um,
block learn, I guess. Just
so like if I were to go to google.com, and do you know like how like Google, like how do we, so basically if we go to inspect element, um I keep forgetting the you basically get the HTML for Google, like the google.com. So you got this is
yeah,
I don't want to say I don't think this is the source, this is not the source code, this is just the HTML. This is basically what makes the website like look like this. So this is like giving that design, like what it looks like, how it looks like that, if that makes sense. Like the
yeah, I
website
can
looks like
understand
this
you.
is because of this code right here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
So
understand that.
if I wanted to change this, so if I wanted to, like, I could change this. I could just delete this. I could just delete, I could just delete this, and you see how like everything is getting removed, right? This does not mean I hacked Google. Google is not hacked because of this, by the way. But it allows you to see like what's going on in the website, like how things work, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
where
I
is
can see
this
what you mean.
link right here? Like, this link is right here, so it's at images, and you got this, and then you're sent to Google Images. Like everything is structured in a certain way.
Yeah, gotcha. I can understand that.
So for this one, what I'm trying to get is because what Python is doing is now it's reading all the HTML, and we're trying to get whatever what we're trying to get. So what I'm trying to get is this container right here, this small container. Wait, I might have to share my screen to you because I don't want you watching stream and then it's I'd rather you
Yeah, no
not
problem.
watch stream right now because if you're talking to me, it's better if you watch it live stream.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
So do you see my thing?
Yep, I'm on
Okay.
there.
So like each one moment. Give me a minute. So if I if I like you see how like it's all being highlighted, right?
Yep. Oh
So
yeah, I can see that. That's cool.
yeah. So
So that
the highlight is basically what I'm telling. I want Python to access. So I want Python to access all this little thing. So the reason why I wanted to access it because this is a job. This is a job. So this is a software engineering role at this company called JBC. So I'm trying to get a job there. And if you can see, there's a pattern. So you can do the same thing right here. Same thing right here. And you see the pattern, right?
yeah, definitely.
Each
That
job is a container.
makes
So
sense.
what we want to do is give me a minute. So what we want to do is pull that data. I don't want everything. All this is unnecessary for me. So all this stuff, the other like the buttons and everything, that's unnecessary because we don't need that. That's useless data for us for now. All I want is really whatever has a certain job. So we're looking for a software engineer. and that's what we're worrying for. Software engineer. That's what we're looking for. And the reason, so how do I say this? But the thing is, how would we pull that data? And you pull it via a link. So every link has this like little code right here. So this link has its own code. And it looks complicated, but there is a pattern to these links. Like every time you're sent to a link, you have to figure out like what's the pattern. So for here, all I have to do is put in LinkedIn jobs, then search keywords software engineering. I knew this because I was looking at this and I was playing around with it. So I was like, oh, what's keywords? So I was like, I realized what's the data that's very important to me. So it's the keyword, really. It's the software engineering. All this is garbage to me. This one as well is garbage. So the and is all the, so you know what and or is, right?
Yep. It makes sense.
So it's and this location. I don't care about the location because I want it from like all over the world. Like I don't care if it's I don't really care if it's in the United States or if it's in France, in the United Kingdom, as long as it's a job. So I could just copy this and then I just paste it into here. And all we have is this link right here. We have /jobs, then /search, and then the keyword would be software engineering. So if I wanted to change this 20% is a space. We could say like something like data engineering, and we'll get data engineering. So if we just copy this and we paste it into here, we got jobs for, well, not data engineering, but you see where I'm coming from. We'll get jobs for that.
Yeah, it's a complex way of doing Google search.
Yeah.
It just gives.
I
Gives you
think
the
I know
whole
why I got the wrong one. It's because I spelled engineering wrong. That's why. Yeah, I definitely spelled engineering wrong. I'm such a. I'm sorry. So let's see if that works. Okay, now that works. Now we got data engineering roles. Because I spelled it wrong. I was like, why is it giving me these two roles? But no, you just have to spell it correctly. Which for the Discord bot, it will be spelled correctly. So right now, what I'm doing is I am trying to get I'm trying to get the data, like, or I'm trying to get so command. So what I'm trying to get is this container, and I'm trying to pull it. So I just want to make sure what's inside this container, like what code was able to run that container, and for that container to run, I think it's here, because it says class equals job card container. So I guess we have to look for this job card container. So we're gonna have to copy this, and then we just copy, and then we could yeah. So give me a minute. So we could do a double. We do a single quote right here, but the issue with is that job card container. So we could do that. Yeah, div job card container, or class equals job card container. And let's see what happens when we do that. So jobs container. We're gonna call a variable. We're gonna say jobs container, and it'll equal to job soup.findAll container. So there is no find all. I'm gonna look at my old code for this. Okay. Oh, because it's called the base card, and you have to call it class. Okay, so soup.findAll. And then let's see if that works. It does not have. So job soup.prettify. find all. Just making sure that I don't think I prettified it. I don't. Yeah, I didn't. Who just came in? Yeah, so I didn't prettify it. So let's just Okay, so I'm thinking right now. So I'm brainstorming right now. So we got the job cards. Where does job cards come from? Soup. I think this was a superset. Yeah, it was. Um I even commented it, so that's good. Will be the full length to the. Oh, okay, so this makes sense. Job cards, soup.find all. Okay, so I don't think we're supposed to prettify it. So yeah, this is not supposed to be done. We'll leave that away. So we'll say like soup.find all. Let's see if that works. And it does work. Okay, perfect. So we had to do soup.prettify is for something else. I guess it's to make it look better, to make it look nicer when you're looking through it. So we're gonna use that, and instead of calling job container, let's call it job cards. So we're gonna do soup.find all, and then we're gonna print job cards. Let's see what happens when we do that. So we get a list, but I think it's because GitHub Copilot got it wrong, which I said earlier, and we're gonna have to see. Oh, it's called base card. Why did? Oh wait, it is base card. Okay, so this is the wrong one. I'm looking for this, and just making sure that it's in the right container. I just want to see the whole container. Job card container. Yeah, it's supposed to be job card. Yeah, so it's supposed to be job card. I think GitHub Copilot's hearing me because how did it know? I mean, how did it know that? Job card container. So last time I put base card. I don't know where I found base card. So let's find base card. Let's see what happens. And it does work. Okay, so I wonder how it got that. So base card. But you can see like all the roles. So I'm gonna have to write this. Like I can't just see it on my terminal, but I actually have to write this. So it would be like write it to a JSON or a text file. So we could write it into a CSV file, I guess, or we can write it to a. Actually, let's write it to an HTML file. So
You're trying to print the results.
yeah, I'm trying to print the results, but something readable, cause like for the audience, like I don't think they're gonna be able to read the terminal, so it's better just to write it onto some type of sheet rather than on my terminal, because I don't think anyone can read my terminal, and I think the terminal does not make it look nice at all. Like there's no highlighting, there's nothing. So let's see if that works though. Jobs.txt, and we have it. See, it has all the roles right here. Data engineering database. It says the company name right here. Xperfy. Um, has the location, and even has the link as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Yeah, so basically all it's just doing is giving the link. So that's all I really need. It's just the role name, the what's that thing called? The company name, the location,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
the link. So when people want to click on the link, they can just click on the link and get access to it. So I think we are good for this. Like it's really, I just want to see like what it did right here, because like sometimes like I usually question what GitHub Copilot shows. So shows a job title right over here. So let me use my mouse. Why am I using my Mac mouse? So this would be, it's finding an H3. So H3 is header 3. So H3 is header 3. And it's inside the container. So we're looking inside this container. And we are looking through, so this is what one thing about web scraping is you have to look through a lot of HTML. So, I mean, it's at the, one moment.
I like how you said web scraping, because that's what this is right now, right?
Yeah, this is what we're doing is web scraping. We're scraping it from a website.
Awesome.
It's actually very frowned upon, but we do some scraping here.
I mean, there's dedicated jobs just to do this, so
I didn't know that. But I'm just like looking for the, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So this is the link. It's right here. Yeah, I see it, but I don't see H3. It's an A. It's in an A tag, but not an H3 tag, which is weird. How did it find that if it's in an A tag? But for now, I guess we got the job title. We got the company, so we got the company name. We got, also ask me questions. I like being interrogated, by the way, so I don't mind. Then I could be able to explain it. That's why. And then it gets, oh, this is the link, so it needs the href as well. So it uses this get statement as an href.
So just to interrogate you, so far we have the blueprint of going to LinkedIn, getting those 4 things,
Yes.
and then being able to print them.
Correct.
All right, awesome.
And what we're gonna do is, I think we're done with the first step. We're done with the first step. I'm sorry, someone messaged me on my TikTok, and they're like, "Yo, this question seems so suspicious. Why are you asking us an easy question like that?" I'm like, "Bro, I just need to do, I need someone to do my exam. Damn." So I'm like, "Holy shit, bro." So continuing, yes, we have the blueprint, and now we have to do the Discord part. So we're gonna have to rename this file. Before I go, do you have any questions for like anything in this file in itself?
I mean, I guess you could give me like a summary of what all these
Okay, so I'm gonna
lines
type.
mean.
I'm gonna type while I. So this is to get the HTML page on LinkedIn, and then
Yeah,
for
that
this to parse the HTML page for which libraries, what the library's purpose is for. So why are we bringing these libraries inside our code? And then I guess we get the HTML page. Well, sometimes GitHub Copilot is good when you just wanna not write a lot of code. So we just parse it right here. LXML is like basically, I forgot what LXML is, but so I guess it's processing HTML and XML with Python. These are like ways we could view the website. We could view the website in XML or HTML. I think XML and HTML are the same thing. I might get a lot of disagreements. So versus HTML. Oh, okay. So now I know. And I'm going to put this link in the chat. I'll put this on the Discord. So basically, oh, there's people messaging on my thing. One moment, I'm just gonna message back on Discord. Okay, so oh my god. So that already assumes that he's from California. Saying, "Oh, word." I was like, "Oh, wait, he's from oh no."
This on a chat on Discord?
Yeah, on Discord. It's on general.
Okay.
So let's I'm gonna make another live stream for XML and HTML because this is very interesting. Because this is how I'm assuming this is how we trade data, or like how we store data, or where we put data. So XML is the data. Okay, so let's continue. I'm done trolling. I swear, like, so I was done trolling and I had like 1,000 views and when I stopped trolling, I was like, what the? I was like, why am I wasting my time trolling?
You have 1,000 views right now, or
No, 1,000 views. So I was posting a video that I haven't posted in a while, and within that day, I got 1,000 views.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it a YouTube video, shorts?
It was a shorts. Shorts you already make like you could. It's easy. I think it's easy to get views from shorts.
Yeah, definitely.
But for me, like, but you have to know how to you have to know your tags and you have to know how to hook people. That's what I'm learning. Like, how do I hook people?
Yeah.
But I'm not overthinking about it because I want to be better at my coding as well before I hook people. Before I do the Andrew Tate messaging, I'd rather do the be better at coding first as a proof of concept.
Yep, makes sense.
So we got this, and then now we're gonna call this. We're gonna rename this file to jobs.py. I'm gonna put this into a public repository so people can play with it. This is gonna be the hard part, and this is the Discord part. I think the Discord is the hard part because of this little thing called tokens. So we're gonna make a .env file. I'm not gonna put my token there because putting a token on stream is the most stupidest thing ever. Could you make an assumption what a token is? The way I'm like saying what a token.
It's like a password.
Yeah, it's a password. So basically, it's a password to access a Discord bot account. Well, yeah, for Discord token, it will be called a Discord. They're all called tokens, but this will be a Discord token. So we'll say token as my token. This is a .env file, so this will need pip3 install load env. Wait, is it load env or Python load env? So it's python.env, which I'm going to put that in the beginning of the video as well. Install python load env. I probably have it in my computer already, but as a user, like let's say if you just began coding, I don't want people saying, "Oh, I don't have this library." It's better to tell them how to install that library before just putting random libraries. Does that make sense?
Say it one more time.
Okay. So when we're installing libraries, like most of the so most of the videos I so most of the videos like I make like let's no okay so a lot of my Python projects one moment, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Um, a lot of my Python projects have external libraries. We're trying to install these external libraries. So to install these external libraries, we do pip3 install or pip install. So pip3 install a certain thing. So let's say pip3 install requests. We're just trying to install a certain library.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that part. Yep.
So basically, we're just importing libraries. So anything that's like, if I don't put that, people won't be able to install it because how do they know they're gonna install it? Like, how do they know if they need to install it? So it's like I need to put that at first, so people know what they're in for. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Let me see if anyone messaged. Okay, no one. All right. So we're gonna have to import the Discord. We're gonna import Discord. Oh, and you gotta also pip3 install discord.js. Okay, good. There is another library, but I'm still learning that library. This library is known to be bad, but we'll fix that. This is like my first live stream. These are like I'm still new to the live streaming, so I'll use better tools later. For now, I'm just like letting something out. Like I want to put something out first before I use any other libraries. So we're gonna have to. I'm not clicking on this because I'm not trying to. But we're gonna have to turn on that stuff. So we're gonna have to also import time. Import async IO. I think the Discord library uses async is like basically to run code asynchronously. That's basically what async IO does. We import OS. That's to get our environment variable. So our environment .env. We're just getting environment variables by using import OS and import from load from .env. Wait, what was it again? Yeah, from .env. Import load env. We don't need random. And then we just have to run this so that then we can load our env file, which is right here. Then we do import, not import logging, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our token. So os.get os.environ .get the token. So we're gonna have to call it that. So that token has to be called this instead, token. So then when it's reading that file, it knows that this is my token. Let's see what happens when we do that. So print, and let's see what happens. So I wouldn't do that with the real token because that's dangerous, but we'll do it right now. Python 3 discord.py. Oh, yeah, we're not supposed to call this discord.py because there's a library called discord.py. And we don't want to name that. That's going to be bad. So we're going to call it app.py. Oh, so we're going to have to remove this from Discord, import commands, or... Oh, we didn't even use that, so we'll just keep that away. So import Discord, and let's see if that works. Oh, Python 3 app.py. Okay, good. So we printed my token, so that's good. The token has been printed. Now the issue is I don't want to print it because I don't want to get hacked. So I'm gonna put the token inside. Just give me a minute. So yeah, just give me a second. I'm just gonna put it inside.
Yep. No worries.
but I also will make a tutorial on how to get that token, how to do that. So that'll be in this video, but it just won't be like me at the same time. It will just be like a clip in. So I'm just making sure everything is good. I have like 10 monitors, which is so good. Imagine I didn't on, I would be screwed.
So your password is password.
Yeah, it is password. How did you know? Did I show it? Oh shit.
Yeah, you should probably want to get that changed.
Yeah, I
just
should
to help
change
you
that,
out.
bro. I should definitely change that. So I'm gonna close that .env file. And we got it. All right, perfect. Okay, so we got this. Now we could access our thing. So we're gonna say client equals discord.client. And let's see if this works. Intense. So intense. What does intense mean? I think the intense is like they have this thing where you have to put like intense. This is the parameter, so equals discord.intense.all. So we have all intents. Damn, why are so many people commenting on my TikTok? What the hell? It's like I pissed everyone off.
Did you just post this today?
Yeah, I just posted it today.
Oh, okay, that's probably why.
Yeah, so a lot of people are commenting on my TikTok, so I'm getting so distracted. But we're like halfway there, so we're almost done with the code. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure everything is good. So what we're gonna do is we want to make sure our bot is working. That's what I want the bot to do. So we want the bot to work first before we do anything. So we'll say we'll just say like message hello, or so on ready, and then we'll do something like so await, and then we're gonna say something like oh, so we gotta send it to a certain channel. So that's why, because I want it to be in a certain channel. Let's open Discord right now because we're gonna be on Discord. We're gonna do this on Discord. So to get the you gotta be on developer mode for doing this, by the way. But like I want to do this in the jobs channel right here. So to get that, you have to press copy ID, and once we have the ID, we'll just post it on we'll say like channel equals client dot get channel, and we'll just put this, and then we'll just do it. So what's gonna happen is like it says while true, so that's like all cases are true. We're gonna send a message called test, and we'll see if it sends. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put client.run. So we're gonna call this token. So token equals, and we're gonna say client.run token. You do this, Python 3. All right, so is requesting, it is recommended. Oh, okay, so what did I put for this? I didn't put intense at all then. Oh, intense.default. So intense.default, discord.intense.default. I'll just copy and paste this. So it's really supposed to be this. It's really a copy and paste code. You can find this in Stack Overflow, but yeah, it's really this. So it's intense.default. And then we'll run this code. and it works. So let's see if it's posting on Discord. It is. So every 5 seconds, it's gonna post test, 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 test. Does that make sense?
Wow, yeah, I can. That's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, it's sending to a channel. Uh, and the channel is the channel would be this channel. So the reason why we got that, we had a developer thing. I will have to make. There's a lot of extra video. I realize when making videos like this, I have to make other videos. It becomes like a tree of sorts. Does that make sense? It makes a tree. It makes a tree of videos I have to make.
Yeah, but in a way, this is a great way to start because you can see like how it's implemented,
Mm-hmm.
and then people can see like the whole picture, the
Yeah.
whole framework.
So I don't want it to send tests. I want it to send jobs. I think the test just shows it works, and it works. It's good. But I think the goal of this goal of this is to send jobs. So we're gonna destroy this bot. So and now what we're gonna do is now we're good with this. This is good. We can run this and this is good. So now we're gonna clean up the data. So we're gonna write this to a hash map or a dictionary. So we're gonna call table like or job table equals to an empty dictionary. And so basically when you're making data, so let's do like a data.json. So data.json. The reason why I'm using JSON is because it colors, yeah, so it does this. So we'll have something like title, and it will be like, yeah, it will basically be like your title, your data, like your like the title, the name, the year 1994. So basically, we want that data, but we want it in a list because a list would make it better. Having this in a list would make more sense because then we'll have like a list of jobs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if like we'll have like a bunch of jobs, so we'll have like yeah right here like we'll have multiple instances. So when we're posting, um, we'll have like jobs. We'll have multiple jobs. Now we're gonna have to limit this because I don't want it to post 100 jobs. I only want to post 5 jobs. That's it. I care about 5 jobs only. That's it. Not 100 because I feel like 100 will spam. And what's gonna happen is if you keep spamming it, you're gonna get rate limited by LinkedIn. Another issue is the Discord bot. It's gonna like not function correctly because it cannot handle asynchronous. Like unless you know how to do asynchronous, it does not know how to handle asynchronous tasks. It was not good at handling asynchronous tasks.
Can you define asynchronous real quick? Or I can Google search
Okay,
it.
so asynchronous task is basically tasks that are happening at the same time. So if you're like running Python code, but it's running like so let's say let's do an example. So if I were to say something like so if so well I forgot the code for this, so I want to do this quickly. So if member says the bot will reply hi. So while true, we wait for it and then we'll say channel.send or no, I don't think it's channel.send. Oh wait. Nah, so it's basically this
Yeah,
function running. So when we click this function, naturally it runs one time when it's called. But if someone's sending, if there's 2 people sending the message, it's gonna have to run. Like if there's 2 people sending that message, it's just
yeah,
like
I got. Yep.
I will have to because that's a very interesting question you just asked, and that's a very hard question to answer too. Because asynchronous is like it's like something I need to show visually, if that makes sense. And
Yep.
I think that's better if I show it visually because it's really hard explaining it with words. I'll say that for me. Some people they could do it with words, but me, I can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll just go back to the jobs.py. Let me just look at the Discord. Oh god, it was spamming this crap. Okay, so got it. And then we're just gonna do a job table, and then we're gonna create a function. So def job info, and we'll put the job card inside. So we'll put that it's like it read my mind. Okay, there are times where it does read my mind. So basically what's happening is this one is the title, and this is the company name, this is the location, this is the link, and I guess this is to clean up that link. And then it's sent it into a dictionary. So if I were to do something like def get jobs, we'll put it into a list, and then we're gonna put like all the job info into job card, and then we append it into our list. We're gonna add it to our array. So we're gonna put print get jobs, and let's see what happens when we do that. Clear ls python 3 jobs.py. Yep, it prints it all into a dictionary, and that's good. This is gonna be confusing because I rushed to it, so I think I rushed a bit too fast. But it's just like I want something out. That's why. So this is really I did this just so I could get something out, and then I'm gonna explain what I did. So basically, what I did was just like I showed you on that JSON thing, that JSON example. I'm trying to create a list, and then we want the like something like the title. Or wait, is it title? And we'll say like software engineer, and then we'll have the company, Google, start date, and we'll have like something like that, and then you see like we're having all of this data in a list. Now this is to access it. So this will be the dictionary. We're just accessing like the title, like the company. It's like reading a book. Like you're reading a table of contents, and when you see the title, you know which page to go to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you're reading a book, and you look at the table of contents, says go to page 9. Page 9 is software engineer. Company is at page 20. Go to Facebook. So you'll see Facebook. So you'll get there faster instead of using a small list. The list is because it's unstructured data. We're gonna have to put this into a list because we don't care about the order, if that makes sense. We don't really care about the order. So we're just putting like 5, like only the at most 5. So that's what I care about. I'm putting at most 5 onto the Discord rather than putting like hundreds of jobs onto the Discord, and then the bot goes crazy. I want to stress test that bot, but that'll be for another video. So I think we're good on here. So if we could do this, so we want the other file. We want our app.py to read this. So we're gonna have to import that file. So I don't know why it says import app, but we're gonna have jobs.py, and we're gonna put so our export will be like get. We're gonna call it get jobs, and it'll be equal to get jobs. So when we import it to our other file, so app.py, we're gonna say from jobs import get jobs, and that's just basically we're just importing this. We're not importing all. Well, I mean, all the code is running. We're just importing the final product. Does that make sense?
Can you give me a minute? I got
Yeah.
my dogs barking. I gotta get them inside real
All
quick.
right. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So I've been struggling with this question, and
Yeah, sorry. Um, so I get the concept of a dictionary. So it kind of defines the four things that you're trying to do for your list. And then after that, not sure.
so basically we're putting this. So we're putting this list. So you see how I put this into a list?
Yep, two things.
Yeah. So we're actually putting this into this variable right here. Get jobs.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
if we
that
want
makes sense.
to tree structure it, this is basically generating the list. We're building a list from this, and we're basically creating the data with job info.
Yep.
And this is a very inefficient way, but I'm really not worried about optimizing right now. I'm really worried about making the code work. So now we have that. Now we can do like basically so. Now for I'm sorry, it's just like there's so much going in my head because there's so much we could do with this. That's why. I think we could so we could do while true. So instead of doing that, so no, we don't do a while true. So we do a for loop. So while I is less than or while so let's say I equals 0. While I is less than 5, we'll say await channel.send and we increment by 1. So we only send it at 5 times. So we'll just get like no, not get jobs, but one moment. So for I in range 0 to 5, we're going to do a for loop instead. And then we'll say like await channel dot get jobs I, and then we send 5. I think something is gonna happen, and it's probably gonna give the JSON format, so very likely that's gonna happen. So let's see what happens when we do that. So we might have to return it as a string. So wait, did I run the code? Oh no, that's not it. So app.py. Okay, so let's just look at Discord right now. I'm assuming it's gonna look very messy because we didn't clean up the data at all. Oh, I imagine using web Discord. Can't be me. Yeah. So if you look at the thing, it looks so ugly, but it's
Yeah,
good. No, continue.
it works. Yeah.
It works, but it looks ugly, so we have to clean it up. But it does. It works. It does what we want. We just now have to clean it up. So what we could do is now that we have it, it's working. We're gonna clean this up. So we're gonna create this into a string. So await.channel.send jobs I, but instead of get jobs I, we would say like we'll call it like a string. We'll turn it into a string. So we'll call this job string equals. So we're gonna have the f string as well. So basically, what f strings do is we generate code, so we could add variables into our string. And then basically we're gonna do this. We're gonna put /n, 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 and that's basically it. And new line, so we don't want to mess it up. So we want that to look clean. And then we're gonna run this. See what happens. It's 46. Bruh, it's not writing it. I think I have. I think I know why. Cause I didn't send anything. All right, that's better. No, it's always gonna increment. Why do I have to need to do this? Unless it was like wild true or some shit. Okay, see now it looks a little better, right?
Oh yeah. It's more clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to put something like title, company, and yeah, we should not do it like that. So the slash n is making it worse because I think it already does it automatically. We'll have title. We'll have company.
What does the slash n do again?
The slash n is new line.
Oh, okay, I see. So that's why I had all that big gaps in
Yeah,
between.
so it was
Okay.
basically like, oh, it's new lining already. Why do you need to do that again? And link. So we did this. Let's see if that works. Okay, so all right. So this just send now. So now there's another problem. So the issue with this one now, I mean, I don't want to do it like the way I'm thinking right now, but I think we might have to do it like that. So what I'm gonna do it is write it as one string. But it's just very unreadable. That's why. So if I did this slash n, even though I feel like that's how code reads it, so this is how like the computer reads it. Let's just put it in all. So yeah, and then and you see like it's all in one. So you could do the new line yourself, rather than having that one big string do it for you. So let's see if that works.
Looks a little bit more cleaner, just a little tad more.
Yeah, a little tad more. Um, for some weird reason, it's spacing a lot. I think what happened. I think I know what happened. I think in the strings there's also extra trailing spaces that we didn't account for in the job. So there's probably spaces that we didn't account for. So we might have to get rid of the spaces. So get rid of spaces. Let's see if that works. Okay, so hopefully this works, but I don't think strip is gonna do enough. Cause how does it know what to strip? Oh, wow! It knew it. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, I can see it now. Wow.
Yeah. So I guess. Wait. Let me look for the. Cause now the mathematician in me is questioning this now.
Why did it work?
Yeah. So like, a software engineer is like, if it works, it works. I mean, a computer scientist like, it works, it works. But a mathematician is like, why does it work? I don't trust this. So I
Because
guess continue.
when you use it again, you'll probably won't work.
Yeah, so you want to make sure it probably doesn't work. So I think I know what happened. So I think it's default value. So the default, like they're usually with functions, they have a default value. So if you put nothing and you say 0, it'll print out 0. But for the default value, I think the default value for this is the space. So it says it right here. Default white space characters are automatically. But there's so many questions that in my mind. What about the space between this? Like, why are these spaces not? So I think they use an algorithm, which I probably know. A substring, like they check the substring, and there's a lot of spaces, it deletes it, or more than one space. But it works.
Yeah, it's awesome how you to see it all work together like this. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So the only thing I don't like about this is it's not embedding, and it seems like the link doesn't work. Yeah, the link does not work. Oh, because you see how it's like saying LinkedIn. Like, why is it saying that? Yeah, it should be job link. Job link equals job link. Why is it saying plus LinkedIn? Yeah, why do we do that? Because then it makes it really hard. We just want to clean this code up. Oh, see, now it's better. Now it's embedding.
Nice.
See, this is exactly why I like coding, because you get to do stuff like this. I don't think we're done yet, because there's more to do. The thing is, I would have to run this into a server, and it would have to be a certain role. So it would have to be like a while true, or not a while true, but or like if is a factor of, so I want this to send like every 1 week or every 3 days. But how do I know every 3 days? We could import datetime. I might have to do it in another stream. Like, how do I put this into a server so it could run infinitely? So import datetime. So it will send us wait, why here? It's supposed to be in the app.py. So we could get it on import datetime. So instead of send 5 jobs every 3 days. Oh, that's time.sleep 200. Well, let me. Now I'm curious what that number is.
I'm assuming it's in seconds, I
Yeah.
think.
So it's 86. So yep, 3 days. That's 3 days
Oh.
exactly. Sometimes GitHub Copilot's amazing for this. Damn, I did this like in an hour. Which is
Yeah,
no, continue.
that was a good overview.
Yeah.
Like just to summarize, you started off with naming a function that works in LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
like how to build that container. And then once you got that down, we went to Discord, import the libraries in order to get the stuff from LinkedIn to post on the text chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got it specifically to just post 5 jobs
Correct.
and make it look nice.
Yes.
So that's a good overview.
Yeah, so I think the final thing would be for me to upload this to a server. Servers cost money, unfortunately, so I'll have to plan that. That won't be a stream, but that'll be a video on how to post something on a server. But yeah, once you post this on a server, it goes on forever. You could leave it on your computer, but it's not recommended. It's better to leave it on a server.
Oh, I see what you mean. Because you have to have your computer on all the time for it to work, but on a server it's just continuous.
Correct.
I got you.
So I got a question, and I actually don't expect you to know the answer for this, by the way. Which I just want to hear like what you would think. Where do you think all the video data goes?
I mean, like a YouTube video?
Yeah, where do all the YouTube videos do you think go to?
Oh, on a server.
Yes,
right?
It does. I think in a big server, like in a computing, like not like a SQL database, like not that. I thought that first. I thought it was like, where does all the video data go to? Like, where does all these 500 megabyte videos go to? And then no, it's not. It goes into something else. Like it goes into an actual server. The metadata goes into the SQL database.
Yeah, I hear about tech companies having like giant warehouses of servers.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they must have like not even terabytes, like the higher tier or whatever that is,
Yeah.
petabytes or something.
Yeah, so a lot of like, ironically, if you want to post your videos, like you want to post your, just put a private YouTube. Even though you could make a mistake. In my opinion, I think humans are prone to mistakes. You could put it into a private YouTube channel and put all your videos there, and you don't even need to put it into a you don't even need to put it into one of those servers, or you don't need to put it into like an actual database, or no, into your hard drive, because YouTube, you could do that for free.
Yeah, it's good cheat code, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta cheat in life, bro. Sometimes you gotta cheat.
Yeah.
But other than that, do you have any questions? And I don't think there is a stupid question for this. So, what is confusing about this code, if you don't mind me asking, or the other code? Like, what do you think? What are you confused about, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so this code is to retrieve information from LinkedIn,
Correct.
and you defined it nicely so when you print it, it just
I
would
didn't
print
define it.
nice.
GitHub Copilot defined it. If I defined it, it would have been messier. So don't give me the.
So that's the cheat code, right? Get
Huh?
it where it does it for you automatically by
Yeah.
GitHub
Yep.
Copilot. Yeah, that's awesome.
The only thing is
So
like I know what's going on. So if I didn't know, I would not be so confident then. But I'm confident because I know what's going on.
I just wouldn't know like the specific individual syntax of the code, like how everything individually functions, but I get the main idea.
Yeah.
And I think that's important when you're trying to learn firsthand.
Yes.
First off,
So the way I saw it was very systematically, like, how do we get the data from LinkedIn? So that's the first thing. Like, if there's no data, if there's no job data, this project would never work at all. Because that's the first thing we need, the job data. So that's what I was thinking. Like, how do I get the data from the job? Like, I can't just say, oh, I want a job poster. No, you wanna know where the data comes from. So you want to say like, okay, so let me look for a job. I go to jobs. And I'm right here. And I'm like, okay, so how does it show this? Like, then more questions come out. Like, how am I able to see this? And then I just say, okay, let me find a way. So you could use inspect element. So inspect element's a good way. So you could say command shift I'm seeing this as a beginner, by the way, but if you don't know inspect element, I'll show you the other way. This is more of a philosophical or questioning thing, like when I'm like going about projects. And then it will say like container, like each is in a container. But that's assuming you know what HTML is. If you don't know what HTML is, how? Like, so I could say like, like assuming there's no HTML, you realize that there is these are all like, you see a pattern, right?
Um. Well, you're trying to say, assuming I didn't know HTML?
Assuming you know nothing about HTML. For this, like on the left side, do you see a pattern?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a list on the left, and then on the right side, it's more detailed.
Yeah. So basically, this would be the list of jobs. So there is some code written that there's. So my thinking is there is some code written that made it look like that. So it will get like it has probably a list of jobs, and they designed it in a way where it's like it looks like this because you see how they all look similar.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you know what induction is, right?
Not
Not
the top of my mind, but
so
it's used for
induction is
something
like
big.
n plus one, oh like oh
Oh yeah,
it
yeah,
works for n, it works for k plus one. So this would be k plus one. So all of them fit a certain what's that thing
I
called?
def I
Uh
definitely know what you mean. Yeah,
yeah. So it's a template. So all of them fit a certain template. So
especially when you built that function to just print 5
yeah.
using I
Mhm.
less than 5. Yeah, that brought me back to some of the math classes that I
Yeah.
took.
So a lot of it is me trying to apply the math I know into coding. So that's basically it. But then you want to also look at this link as well. So what can you do with this link? So what one thing you learn in Python is you could get data from a link. So it'll do a request. So this is networking. So this would be like a get request. Which I'm still new to it myself too, by the way. I'm still new to networking, but basically you have a URL and each URL contains data. And the whole page is the data. This whole page is the data. And that's what we're getting. Python is pulling that. It's getting that data. And
Mm.
you can see the source code of that page. Well, not the source code because there's no JavaScript. You don't see any of that. But you see like how was this page created, or how does this page like look like? Why does it look like the way it looks? That's why we have inspect element. So if I wanted to delete this, I could if I wanted to. Like this is I knew inspect element since I was like a really little kid, but it was me being more of a dickhead rather than learning this. I wasn't like I didn't learn this in a school. I mostly learned this because I was a dickhead when I was a kid.
I mean, I've seen people use this layout just to change the tweets of people to say things.
Oh God, oh God, you're exposing me. Shit.
No, well, I'm just looking at things that because I've seen this layout before just to change the text of people's
Yeah. So
tweets.
usually, what people
'Cause I
do.
watch prank videos online.
Yeah. So usually people would do something like this. So let's say we have a Discord. So you can say something like Discord tries their best to do this, like to block you from it, but I see why. But it's because people hack Discord's accounts. Just do this. Open it.
Are you sharing some secrets with me here?
No, I'm not sharing any secrets because I know how to hide it. Um, the thing is, like, it's not that hard. So you could say like something like let me just no. I could just do this. This is how you can create fake news.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. I've always heard about fake news, but I've
Yeah.
never heard about how you do it.
Yeah, so this is how and you see like how it looks real.
Yeah,
It looks super real, and then all I gotta do is
this is a lot easier than using Photoshop. Try to change.
yeah, like you don't need to. So if you know coding, you do. It's way better to code it than people say Photoshop. I'm like, nope, it was inspect element. Fuck off. And then you say, And that's how you do it. I idiots like I can't post certain things. Like certain things will show your ID or like your token. So that's why be careful when you're in inspect. Like well, from if you're streaming it. If you're not streaming it, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like,
Like there's like that's like that's the question is like how does Discord know you're logged in? Or how does Discord know like it's you?
you have the password.
Yeah,
You're the
so
one
there's
who.
a token, there's a authorization token to log you in. And when you're in session, so when you're logged into your Discord, every time you browse the website or join a voice call, everything, that token's always used. So that's very dangerous, by the way, because if someone catches that token, they basically have control to your account. They can control your account.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to obtain because you gotta be like someone has to tell you to give it, if that makes sense. Someone has to literally tell you. Like you can't just like give it, and you can't be like it's someone who knows about coding too. It can't be like some random person who knows about this. Like you got to be like someone. If it's a script kiddie, they make it so obvious. But for that, you have to know a little bit about coding and how tokens work.
Yeah, that gets me interested on how to like protect yourself. You know.
I mean, for Discord, you're already protected, but for other, it's just like you just gotta question things like how am I able to log in? Why does like how does the so when I revisit that website, how does it know it's still me?
Mm,
There's a lot of
yeah.
questions. I mean, a lot of people call me crazy for that, but I say I think that's the mathematician in me. Rather, like I'm just always asking questions. Like I'm always asking like, why am I allowed to do this? Why am I able to do this? Rather than oh like, I just do this. I just log in. No, I'm like, how do I log in?
Yeah, it makes me scared. I should change my passwords.
No,
You know.
don't. You're not. You're. It's not as scary as it sounds.
What?
It's not, cause the thing is,
You
you think it's like this
you
easy
you,
way.
you just went 180 on me, dude. You're saying you can do all this stuff, and now you say I shouldn't worry about.
Because the thing is, I think you're smart enough. If some idiot told you, "Oh, can I have your Discord token?" Are you gonna give someone your Discord token?
Of course not.
So
No.
why would you worry about yourself?
Yeah, yeah. No, well, here, let me say this. You can never be too safe, you know?
Yeah, but the thing, yeah, you could never be too safe, but to prevent yourself, so a lot of these scams that actually happen are by phishing. So clicking on bad links. So people click on bad links all the time. It'll be something like free nitro or something like that, or random links. Um,
Mm,
it's usually by
like
that.
watch a movie online,
Yeah,
which
watch
I've
a
done.
movie online. But on a Discord link, I wouldn't trust it if it was a Discord link. It was if it was a link from Discord, I wouldn't trust it. But if it was from Google, I trust it a bit more.
I mean, this stuff is interesting, and
Yeah,
since you have knowledge about it, I mean, these could also be YouTube videos that you could
yeah.
make, like how to
But
how to cybersecurity stuff and stuff like that.
I am not a fan. I hate cybersecurity. I hate it so much.
It sounds like you know a lot about it since you have the coding side of it.
Yeah, but it's because I would say I'm in the hacking part, but not the hacking where it's like, oh, I'm trying to like steal people like information. It's more like how do I not get rate limited? So usually when you're getting too much data from a website, you're getting too much from a server, you could get banned or blocked. I try to find ways where I can circumvent that.
I see. Yeah.
So in a way, like I don't think it's really hacking. I think it's just more like, oh, like what can I do? Like, oh, how can I send a message from Python rather than on Discord? Like, have Python send messages for me on Discord rather than me doing it myself. Watch me get banned from Discord for saying that. But
You're saying too much, dude.
I am saying too much. But yeah, there's so many ways of doing this, and yeah, it's
I
very
mean, this is
dangerous.
interesting to me.
Yeah,
Um,
what people would call me a hacker, but I don't think this is hacking. People say this is hacking, but I don't think it's hacking.
Yeah.
Hacking is
Okay.
really like stealing someone's information or doing it for a bad cause. That's how I see it.
Doing it for what was the second
A
one?
bad cause, like morally
Oh,
wrong,
okay.
whatever's
Oh yeah,
morally
yeah, like
wrong. So
stealing
basically
stuff.
stealing or stopping someone from using the internet, stuff like that. Like I don't like that's
Mm,
not.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like ghosting people. Like
Oh yeah. That's bad. That's human hacking.
yeah, like wow. It's thought provoking, dude.
Yeah, cause I don't know. I mean, when I look at this, like I'm like, oh, I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm not really thinking like, oh, I'm this leak code hacker. Like no, I just do it because it's fun rather than oh, I'm a hacker. And a lot of the hackers are mathematicians, by the way. Just saying. So these are people who are constantly asking why, and they dig themselves into a rabbit hole, and then they see what other people don't see. Unfortunately, which is the
Mm.
because
Oh,
if you have this why a lot, so if you're constantly asking questions like, oh, why does Discord work? How does Discord work? Why does YouTube work? You're gonna eventually learn how to hack, unfortunately. Like it's I think it's by accident you learn how to hack, or you're just way too curious.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We call
So
those
it's al-
problem solvers.
so it's already in my blood. I just gotta learn the code stuff.
Yeah, if you learn the coding stuff and actually, so one thing people like, this is one thing I see, like people don't question things. Like I hate it so much. They don't question things. Like, oh, why do certain things work? Like why? Like why not? And why don't they? Like why do they? I've been questioning that since I was a kid. So I was like, oh, how am I able to see all these? How am I able to see all these images? How am I able to? I didn't think of it like that, but how am I able to see all these websites?
Yeah, that's awesome. I had that same mentality with math.
Like
Um,
how does 1 + 1 = 2?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
I think for now I think I finished because I basically built the app. I think I did good. I just need to make it go forever, um which is a possible. But yeah,
So what are the next tutorials going to be on?
damn, that's
Is
a
this
good question. That's a good ass question. You're asking some good questions, bro.
well I it's this is a good overview like I said before. I can see how you take information from LinkedIn and then post it on a Discord chat.
By the
That's pretty
way,
cool.
technically LinkedIn would call this hacking. By the way, you're not supposed to take their information. You're not allowed. That's actually you're not allowed to do
Well,
this. By the way.
I, I don't even
Yeah, it's okay. They
I can't
have
even
like
see.
they have mitigation for that. That's okay, but usually it's frowned upon.
I mean, I've heard of web scraping
Yeah,
and
but
I've
the
'cause
reason why.
I've
Okay,
been trying
so
to look for jobs and I saw
there
one of those as
there
well.
are web scraping jobs, but the problem is there's a really big con to web scraping. It's you're so when you're visiting someone's website, you're accessing someone else's server. But if you're doing web scraping a lot, what's gonna happen is gonna slow their server down. So what
Yeah, 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 I see.
LinkedIn is trying to optimize that. They don't want to slow their website down. They want it to make it as fast as possible. But a web scraper will make their well, I mean, my web scraping is not really much. They have really smart algorithms. They're not like some like really small company. But if they were, then they're gonna be like, what the, like, why are you in my like, why are you doing this? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's why they hate it. It's looked because you're actually affecting their servers and you're actually affecting like, but if you do like high scale web scraping, not mine's is low, it's little data. It's like I think I don't know, like 5 to 10 kilobytes of data. It's not much, but if it was like megabytes and no, not even megabytes, I think megabytes is not even much. Gigabytes is much. Gigabytes or terabytes, that's a lot. I don't think algorithms can handle that.
Yeah, well, can't wait to see how to see the video of how you teach an AI to make their own
Hopefully,
responses.
hopefully that's within a year. I think I could do this over the summer, but within the year I might be able to do that. So a lot of the projects are gonna get slightly harder, which I like challenges. It's the reason why I'm a math major. I love challenges, but yeah, I'm gonna challenge myself until I'm able to do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the overview was great.
Thank you, I
But
appreciate
yeah.
it. I'm sorry, I'm just there's so many people commenting on my TikTok. But you have any other questions about the code? Because I'm about to let go right now. I feel like tired.
No, it's been good.
Thank you,
Good
thank you,
job.
thank you.
Yep.
All right, so we got this code. I'm gonna upload this to GitHub. I just don't want to upload the token, so I'll post to GitHub on the on what was it, on the Discord, so people can access it. So whoever's watching right now, or you, um, definitely you're gonna see a GitHub coming up, and it's 2 hours. Holy shit, 2 hours. Okay, we did a 2 hour stream. I love this.
When do you think we can do this again?
Uh, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Sounds good.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do
I'm
this.
down.
Have a good one.
Awesome. See you then.